Vitamin D. I read an article to you back in March about vitamin D. Let me read you two sentences out of that article back as a reminder. It says, insufficient levels of vitamin D may reduce our immune system's ability to react to infections. It says vitamin D is necessary to trigger T cells, the immune system's killer cells, into action. And insufficient levels of the vitamin means that cells remain dormant and inactive. So what they're saying is that vitamin D is a trigger to your immune system working properly. It literally triggers the amount of T cell activity, these killer cells that go out there and kill bacteria. Well, there's an amazing story this morning from the Karolinska Institute in Sweden. The headline, listen to this: vitamin D may boost urinary tract health. It goes this way: adequate vitamin D levels may boost the body's immune response and protect against urinary tract infections. Vitamin D supplementation, it says, was found to promote the production of an antimicrobial peptide. An antimicrobial peptide, meaning a protein that will kill bacteria. It's called catalycidin. I'll spell it for you. C-A-T-H, L-I-C-I-D-N, catalycidin in the urinary tract. So what they're saying is vitamin D actually promotes the production of this antimicrobial peptide, this catalycidin, in the urinary tract that offers local, on-site specific protection. So if you've got a urinary tract infection or you're having them frequently and you're doing other things about it, this article says you should be adding vitamin D to your mix, because it creates this peptide, this protein in the urinary tract that actually kills bacteria, especially E. coli bacteria. It continues, supplementation to restore proper vitamin D levels may therefore help preparing the bladder epithelium to mount a stronger and faster immune response once bacteria enters the bladder. Do you hear that? Supplementation with vitamin D, therefore, it says, helps preparing the bladder epithelium, the lining of the bladder, to mount a stronger and faster immune response once bacteria enters the bladder. Fabulous, right? It says, to conclude, we show that oral supplementation of vitamin D3 in women prepares the bladder to fight infections, especially by E. coli, by increasing the production of this catalycidin upon bacterial content. So basically what it's saying is the vitamin D3 prepares the lining of your urinary tract and your bladder, your urethra, to fight against the presence of any bacteria by automatically producing this catalycidin protein, this antimicrobial peptide, upon contact with any form of bacteria in the colon as well as in the urinary tract. And they're saying in this report, as an addendum, that maintaining adequate levels of vitamin D in adults is reported to help protect against osteopenia, osteoporosis, muscular weakness, fractures, common cancers, autoimmune disease, infectious disease, and cardiovascular disease, and may even reduce the incidence of several types of cancer and type 1 and type 2 diabetes. I mean, when we think again of vitamin D, rarely are we thinking much about urinary tract infections. You're usually thinking, when you hear about vitamin D, you're thinking about bone health, you're thinking about your kidneys, you're thinking about immunity. But when it comes right down to supporting you in fighting off a local urinary tract infection, that is absolutely great. And the key to this research is this one sentence, that vitamin D supplementation was found to promote the production of an antimicrobial peptide called catalycidin in the urinary tract, thereby offering local and site-specific protection. Isn't that fascinating now? Another reason for somebody to be taking vitamin D3. I mean, the reasons are enormous for you to be taking your D3.